This is the story of a dog named Leo and a deer named Lulu, who met by chance and somehow never really separated again. It was Leo, the family dog, who found her first. She was just a tiny fawn, lying quietly all alone among the leaves. Her mother was gone. Leo, being a gentle dog, approached the tiny baby very slowly. He sniffed her little face and just stood there patiently, without making a sound. He didn't bark, get excited, or try to scare her. It was as if he somehow knew exactly what this little, fragile creature needed. It was such a simple, quiet gesture, but from that single moment, everything changed. That is how Lulu became part of their lives, and it felt like it was all by Leo's choice. From that day on, the dog and the tiny deer seemed to understand each other perfectly without any effort. The family, including the narrator, who called herself the Night Mom, and her sister, the Day Mom, took turns bottle feeding Lulu to keep her alive. But Leo, the dog, was the constant guardian. He was always there, watching over her. While Lulu was being fed her bottle, Leo would lie down right next to her, just watching closely. When she slept, he stayed nearby. Sometimes he would rest so close to her that their breathing sounded like it was coming from just one single animal. He was always calm and so patient with her. The family knew that raising a wild deer took more than just love. It also took a lot of restraint. They wanted Lulu to be able to grow up without losing her wild instincts. So they didn't raise her inside the house like a pet. She lived outside in a safe space that still let her roam freely and learn how to be a deer. Even so, Leo never treated her like she was something foreign or strange. He treated her like she was just part of his pack. He would run beside her, showing her all the best paths around the farm. He would lie down in the grass and just wait until she lay down, too. It was as if he was telling her in his own quiet, patient way, "You belong here, too." As the weeks went by, the two of them formed their own little daily routines. These small rituals became the heart of their days. In the mornings, Leo and Lulu would wander the meadows together, sniffing the air and watching the birds fly by. In the afternoons, they would both rest, lying down side by side in the warm sun. Sometimes Lulu would lean in and gently lick Leo's neck. He would just close his eyes, looking peaceful, as if that single gesture said everything that needed to be said between them. When winter came, their bond felt even stronger. Leo would roll around and play in the snow, and Lulu would watch him curiously until she finally decided to join in the fun. What amazed the family most was the silence between them. There were no commands, no barking, no noise at all. There was just a perfect, quiet understanding. Lulu grew up quickly, just as she was supposed to. She started exploring beyond the farm fences, curious about the woods that were calling to her. The family knew this was the right thing and a good sign, but it seemed that Leo took some time to accept it. He would sit on the porch, just staring out across the fields, waiting for the familiar sound of her steps returning. And most of the time, she came back. She would appear from between the trees, wearing a bright orange collar the family put on her to keep her safe. The moment she was back, she would run straight to Leo. When they met, it was always the same. She approaches him slowly, and she presses her nose right to his nose. For a few seconds, they just stay there, perfectly still, reconnecting. Sometimes she still teases him, circling and jumping around him like she used to. And Leo, even though he's older now, joins right in and plays with her. Watching them together just seems to slow time down. It feels like the whole world is breathing calmly with them. Now Lulu lives free in the wild, which is where she belongs. And Leo is still at the farm with that same calm, loving look in his eyes. Sometimes he still walks out to the edge of the field and just stands there quietly, sniffing the air, as if he knows she's nearby. And his family likes to think that she is. Because Leo didn't just find her that day in the leaves, it felt like he recognized her. Since that first moment, the two of them have proved that true friendship doesn't depend on being the same species, or even on distance. It only depends on a heart that knows when the other one has come home.